Hi guys, it's me again, Miss Julie. We are going to work on a Thanksgiving watercolor card today. We are going to be using the Arches watercolor paper. So stay tuned. We are going to need a pencil, an eraser. Make sure you have the watercolor materials. This is what we're using. And get a jar of water and let's get started. So first we are going to sketch our ideas onto paper first, and I kind of like this guy a lot. I am going to draw him like somewhere in the middle here, and then we're gonna write Happy Thanksgiving, maybe some flowers. Okay, so we have a lot of work today. So let's see. I will need your eraser to be clean, okay? Make sure you have a clean eraser. If it's not clean, just rub it and make sure you don't have all these black things on it. So I'm just using this one because I couldn't find other ones. Okay, so in the center of the paper, go to the center of the paper. This is where we're going to put our bear. So right here is the center. You can make a dot right here, and then we're gonna see how big is our bear. I want to put the bear here, and then the words here, and perhaps a little bit of like flowery things. So right here is the middle, and this is where how big is our bear. So I'm going to put somewhere here. I'm going to put somewhere here a nose. Maybe like half is right here, right? This will be where our smile is. So I'm going to put a smile here. Okay, you see? Like half of here. Remember, this is the middle, and this is half. Like if I put my arm here, I still have some room here. And then this is where our mouth is. So I'm drawing that part right here. And then I'm going to put a nose right here. So I still have this dot here, and I'm just going to put another dot here so I know like this is kind of in the middle. So it doesn't have to be perfect, but we're just figuring our spacing right now. Okay, so I have this right here. I have the smile. We're going to need the two eyes, right? So we're gonna put two eyes right here. Remember, this is the top of the head. So we have the smile and the eyes, and we're just going to slightly imagine there's a big head around here, okay? So we're going to do this right here. We're going to draw a circle. Now, make sure when you draw, your pencil lines are very light, okay? We are drawing on watercolor paper, and you don't want to put scars on the paper. So now this head is kind of tilted. If I want to tilt him, okay, let me erase this and start over again. If I want his head to be a little bit tilted, I would need to tilt my smile. Okay, so my smile would be like this, and my eyes would be like that if I want him to be tilted. But if you don't want to, then it's fine. Okay, so I guess I'll make him tilted too. And then this part needs to go like that too, because with his eyes, remember my eyes was like that. But now if I wanted to be tilted, that will be like that. So we're going to put more here. See, and now he's tilted. Ta-da-da. Okay, and then some more things to do here. Now we have these fluffy ears like this. So we're going to put another one here. Now, this is your own artwork. You can draw other things if you like. If it's a girl, you can obviously put a bow here. It will look super cute. Okay, let me put a bow here. And then you can just erase the lines you have here. Okay, and then now remember, this is your artwork, so make it your own. Make it into something that only you have it, okay? That's the fun part about artwork. Okay, and then let's see. Do I want another one? Okay, let me erase this and try to get it really clean. So that's why you don't want to draw it too dark on the paper, because if you erase it, if you change your mind about it, it's going to leave marks. So we don't want to do that with our watercolor paper. Okay, I'm going to fix this nose. Okay, and then right here, this is where his the bottom of the feet, right? So from here to here, I'm going to draw a belly just right here. See, right, this line? Okay, I'm going to draw a belly right here. So this is this round belly right here. I'm gonna draw that, you know, maybe daddy has one. And then, okay, so we have our belly here already. This is a belly. We're gonna need two arms, right? One on each side. So we're going to draw, imagine it's like two bowls. We're going to draw two bowls like that, and another one, and another one right here. So it will be like this. No, okay, let me draw this again. Okay, it's going to be like this, a big smile. We're gonna do a big smile, and then you're going to have 1, 2, 3 fingers. Okay, so a big smile and 3 fingers. So I think I'm gonna clean this up a little bit too. Sometimes we want to leave the wiggly lines for effects, but if we don't worry. Okay, so now you can have the chicken, or if you want something else, you could change it. I kind of personally like the chicken, so I'm just going to keep it. So we're going to start off with a ball shape, okay? It looks like a ball. So imagine it's going to be a little ball right here, like this. Okay, once we have that shape, we're going to fix things. We're going to add some hair on the top, and then a little tail on over here, if you can see that. Okay, little tail over there. Now, I always suggest you have a reference photo and when you draw. So, and then there's this beak right here, and the little eyes and little wings, like that. Okay, and then you could put his feet right here. Okay. So if you need to erase this and look at this again, just pause and go back, okay? Now, the other one is going to be another ball right here. And we're going to put, you're gonna erase these lines. See, that's why, make sure if you sketch gently, okay? Okay, and then the beak is a triangle, and they have 2 eyes close to the mouth. And you're going to just put his feet up like that, and give him a little bit of hair. Okay, and if you want to make him fuzzy, you can just add these lines like that, and add more lines like this. Okay, and then now there's this little gap here from the belly, so we're going to just hint those by drawing very, very soft lines. Okay, good. Do you have it now? Okay, everybody got it? Great, I hope so. So, I'm gonna focus on the leg now. Remember this belly is right here? Okay, we're going to put our feet starting from the two bowls that we have here. So we go down like this, and we're going to go around and like that, okay? So see, like that, it's going to be like a shape like this. So another one goes down, and the feet gets wider here. So wider, 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 wider. And then, oops, mine's too low. See, it's not the same. I wanted to make it the same height. Okay, so right here. And then we have 3 feet. I mean 3 paws. And then we're going to draw this right here. And we're going to add another furry thing right here. And then just kind of close it up, okay? So, do you have any questions? All right, let me do this again. Or just go back and look at this again, okay? So, I have my bear done. Okay, and then, so remember, this is going to be a Thanksgiving card. I am going to write Happy Thanksgiving right here on the top. So this is my paper again, and I'm going to write Happy Thanksgiving. I'm trying to see which one I like. I think I like this one maybe. It looks a little bit easier maybe. I'm gonna fold this up. So if you could just look at mine, this is going to be Happy Thanksgiving, and I'm going to put it right here. H A H A. Okay, so you go down like that, you make a turn, and then like that, okay? So it's going to be on top of our bear. So make sure you have it on the top. And H-A. P. P. Y. Okay, good. And then T. H. A. K. S. G. Okay, my S is not very pretty, so let me fix it a little. Okay, G. Whoa! It's way too over there. So G, I, V, I, N, G. Okay. So I think even if you make a mistake, no one can tell. Brush. No, actually no. Just use a smaller brush, okay? So we have this size and we have that size. It's kind of like this size. So we just put in the water, and I would think that color is this poopy yellow. So get a little bit of the poopy yellow here, and you can even take a little bit of this color. It's a reddish, brownish color, and then you just mix it up with your poopy yellow. So take a little bit and come here. Take a little bit and come here. We're trying to figure out that color. It's a little bit dirty, but it's yellowish. We're trying to get the right color in. Okay, so it should be kind of watery, right? No, we're cleaning our brush and making sure there's nothing on here. And then I want you to come here and make your colors a little bit wet, but it's like, okay, so I'm just basically putting a little bit of water here, only at my bare spot, okay? I'm not going into other areas. And then I'm just wiping, getting a little bit of water here. Because once you have water here, it will flow very pretty. Okay. So I'm going to focus more. So, okay, I have water here already, and I'm just putting it, I'm putting the color here. And it will just float, but it will not be too dark. It will just flow nicely to the other side. See what I'm doing? I already have some water. The water helps it to spread. Now we're not doing it too much. We're just adding a little bit of color to it. And you can help it spread. See, I didn't color in the bow that I have, but if you get a little bit on it, it's okay. You can also, if you want perfection, okay, you can take a clean brush, a round brush, and then you can simply come here and then imagine it's like a vacuum. You can make it a little bit dry after you put in the water after you put in the water jar. You can make it a little bit dry by getting the excess water out, and then just coming to here and vacuuming up the extra water that you have here that you don't want. Okay, that's how we clean things up. Sometimes the water will spread again. Just repeat the same process. So there. And you move from section to section. So right now I clean my brush. I'm going to go to the body now because I'm done with the section for my head, and technically it's kind of done. So I am just putting water. I'm making it shiny. See? I'm making that part shiny by putting water on here and avoiding the chicks. Okay, so just do that, and it should look very nice. Okay, and then so again we're figuring out which part is darker, which part is lighter, and obviously the feet is darker, so we will need more of this color right here. So just spread it here and let it do the work. Now, is watercolor amazing? It's so pretty, right? And the fun part is that you don't have to do much. It will just spread for you. So see, I just added that color. And sometimes if it's not spreading, you can make sure that area is wet again by adding a little bit more water to it, but make sure it's not flooding, okay? We don't want the color to flood. Okay, and my guess was that this under the chin area is a little bit yellowish. So I'm going to go back to my poopy yellow. Just take a little bit and come here. And I'm going to use that color to make this part yellowish. A little tint of red for the cheek. And okay, so I'm going to pick, you can pick any red you want, but just get a little bit of it. See, I already got too much. So take a little bit. So you can clean a brush if it's too much. Just get a little bit from the corner. See, I'm not going into the inside. I'm just taking a little bit. And then you can come here, and then you can add it to the cheek. And I think I should have done it when it's wet. Okay, but it's okay. More lessons for you. So you can use the clean brush that you have earlier. And we're going to just go around the border of this blush. And then you're going to try to make that circle disappear. So by adding a little bit of water to the circle and just makes it disappear, right? Okay, and then we're gonna do the same thing to the ear. And we're gonna take that clean brush and we're just going to go around the area that we don't want lines to show. So we don't want any lines right here. So we're gonna make that line disappear. And it did. Okay. One more part is where the belly is. Okay, and we're gonna put a little bit of this part to the belly. And my belly is still wet, so I don't have to do that. But if it's not wet, make sure you use a brush, and then you can just make all the lines disappear, okay? Alright, so let's just fix things up and see what else we're missing. I think I wanted to make this part, oh, I forgot something. I just noticed, okay, there is this part right here that I forgot. So I'm going to add a little bit of darker color right there. And I'm going to just dry my brush up, and then I'm going to just push it outward and make it disappear. Okay, I completely forgot about that. So see, now he has a little bridge right here. And I was doing that with the pencil. I was kind of just getting to there. Okay, so we have this part done. I want you to blow dry this, so when we touch, we're not going to make it dirty, okay? So let's blow dry this. Make sure when you blow dry this, you are going to make sure it's nice and warm, okay? If it feels cold, just blow dry again. The bear done. It feels nice and warm. It should not feel cold at all. And we're going to finish the cheeks. Okay, let's see. I have this yellow right here. So I'm going to just put it here. But I think I want to use this yellow instead. So yeah, that one is closer. So it's the yellow that has a little bit of orange tone to it. But obviously, other colors are okay. And we're going to need a little bit of orange. So I'm going to put it here. So take a little bit of orange and put it here. Alright, let's clean our brush. We have these colors prepared. We're going to put the colors here because we don't want to get get it from the palette, and then the colors are all different. Okay, so I'm going to put the color here. I'm just putting it right here. I think Justin is awake now. Oh no, it was Millie knocking at the door. Okay, so I have the first chick done. I'm going to do the second chick. So, oh yeah, please use a round brush that's like this so we could do details better. And then you can just put your arms directly onto the paper like that, and then put your brush like that, okay? So make sure not to fly when you are doing, make sure not to fly when you are doing the chicks. And then you can add a little bit of orange when it's still wet. So if the paint dried up, just add a little bit of water to it and then wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And then just keep on doing this to the places that you want to have more orange. I always want color changes in the watercolor because that's the characteristics of it. But this part obviously dry up, right? What happens when we have dry up things? What do? We clean our brush, make sure it has some water, and then we just go around to the part that has walls, lines over it. See, this one has lines. We just go around and then do that, okay? We just go around the walls and get that off, right? And then it'll be perfect. Okay, and then we kind of need to wait for it to dry to do more things. Okay, so our colors here, they kind of disappear. I think we can add more of the same brown that we have earlier, this brown, and then we're going to go in and do a little bit of shading right here and right here. But my chicks needs to be dry. So all these parts needs to be darker. I just think it looks nicer if it's darker. You think so? Okay. So I added these shadows right here. And then I'm going to clean my brush. And I'm going to go around each part and make it wet again. Like this. So this way it will be darker and it will have more texture. Okay, last part is the Thanksgiving part, and then we're going to have to trace some stuff. So okay, let me blow dry this first. Actually, let me do the nose. Okay, the nose is going to be this color right here, the darker brown. And just come here and do that. You can leave a white dot right here if you want. That will just make it look like it has that glow. And use the smallest brush if you can. Okay, I'm going to blow dry this. I'm going to make it lighter, so the more water you have, the lighter it will get. The less water you have, the darker it gets. Okay, so I just added that a water base to it, and then I'm going to slowly add in more of this paint. Alright, so like that. That looks nice. And then I'm going to add a Sharpie. Oh, it looks so cute already. So I use Sharpie because it's darker and it just looks better. You can also do the beaks now. Okay, so if you have the skinny brush, just go ahead and use it. But sometimes it will have split ends like that. So I don't really like it if it has split ends. If you have split ends, don't use it, okay? I would just go for something like that. They tend to stick together. So use a skinny brush, a round brush that does not have split ends, and then put your arm here to do this. And make sure you're doing it like raindrop, okay? Like this onto the paper, like that. Okay, so we're doing that, and we have more here. So voila, we have this cute little bear. Okay, and other parts I'm going to add in this with Sharpie. I don't want to do it right away because I was not sure how it looked. And okay, just to make things look nicer, you can start going in and adding darker lines if you want to make sure this looks more complete. Okay, and then what else do we want? I think I want more of that fuzzy line. So if you want more details, you could do that. If you don't, once you blow dry this, you can go in and add more lines. But if you already have really dark lines, then I don't think you need to do it, okay? It will just, before we sketch, we wanted to make sure the lines are light. But after we are done with our sketch and we know this is what it will look like for sure, then you can go ahead, you can go in and add in the darker lines. So I would just do it with a pencil, or if you want to, you can also do it with color pencils. So, oh, this is so cute. Okay, and then I am not sure. Okay, so my bear is pretty much done, but we have more things to do. Okay, sorry guys, but we have more things. Okay, I think we have the eyebrow here, and we also have to trace this Thanksgiving word. So I would want a orangey-ish brown right here. So the orangey brown I want to mix it with my red because I already have it here. And I'm just going to use the same brush I have. Now, you want to use a bigger brush because it holds more water for you. So I'm just going to come here and trace, but make sure this is completely dry, okay? We need to blow dry this before we do our letters. Hold on, I'm gonna make sure you put your arms on the table and just trace all the words. So we have H. Sometimes you might want to press a little bit harder versus pressing softly. HAP. So just press it. And if you press really hard, it's going to give you really thick lines. But if you press softly, very gently, you're going to have these super skinny lines. And we want to have the skinny lines for the P's. And so just press very, very gently, like as if you were tickling the paper. So right now, and at the curve areas, you can obviously press a little bit harder. So if you need more paint, just go back to the palette and just get more paint. And we're using that brush because it can hold more paint. You don't really want to use a skinny brush. It's not going to have it's not going to hold a lot of paint for you. So just go in each word and then adding it to the lines and just do it and keep making sure some lines are thicker, some lines are skinnier. If you are having trouble with the brush, you can always use Sharpie instead with the brush. A Sharpie is going to be looking the same and it will just look more dark, but it should look fine. So right now I'm making that part, and if you run out of water, you can just add a little bit more water to it and it should look okay. Okay, and then this part, I am just adding more water, making sure that I have the difference, the skinny parts and the fat parts. And for the border, I am going to add water to the side. Now, I wanted to make it look like it has a pretty border, and you can pick whatever color you want, but I'm going to go for the color of the fall. And use the biggest brush, and we're just adding clean water to the border. And so I'm just using water, and you want to make sure it has a good amount of water on the border. And please do not touch any of the bear or the letters with water. And then we're gonna use a medium flat brush, and you can also use the other one, but the fatter brush will hold more water, and we want to make sure we have the medium brush so we can hold enough paint for our colors. So I am making sure everything is nice and shiny on my border. I have just water everywhere around there, and it's very shiny, and it's not going to dry up right away. So we don't want it to dry up like really fast. And I'm going to pick a brownish, reddish color to be the brown that I have, and then I'm going to pick maybe like a yellow color. So it just looks something like that. It could be any color you want. And for the border, I am going to add water to the side. Now I wanted to make it look like it has a pretty border, and you could pick whatever color you want, but I'm going to go for the color of the fall. So once you have the color layout that you want, you can start adding the little dots of paint into the border. I'm using more diluted paint right now because I wanted to put the lightest color in first. So see, in my paint I have a lot of water. And then now I'm adding the orange tone to it. And just all you need to do is put dots on it, but make sure you are doing it on the palette itself, and you're not going into the paint. So the more you press, the more colorful it's going to get. And now I am going to add a red color, and I'm going to use a darker, brighter red. So just go into your red and do a couple more times, really get that paint into your brush. So all you need to do is just do it again. But you have to make sure your borders are very wet, and so then it has a lot of water to spread. Otherwise it's not going to be able to spread very pretty, and you're not going to have a spider web looking paint that I have right now. So just keep doing that to all the borders, and don't do it everywhere. Kind of skip around, making sure that it has a nice even tone. And then yeah, I would think that's how you get a really, really nice border in. So at the top I still have some room, so I'm making sure that it has a lot more color than I have. Yeah, and that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you next time. Bye.